Welcome back to some more battles. We are in the Open Great League again, and let's see if we can get some wins with Shadow Scizor paired with the Shadow Dragonair and the Empoleon. So decent lead here as we are going to throw this Night Slash before they can get to their move. They know that it's only a Night Slash, so they decide to shield. We shield here so that we can farm down and win the lead. Unfortunately, we see the Talonflame, and now we're going to have to go into the Dragonair. This Dragonair also, unfortunately, is going up against a Jelly, which is not the best case, but these Aqua Tails plus the Dragon Breath are adding up, so much so that they are into the low red. We force them to throw a Shadow Ball, and indeed it is the Shadow Ball. How do we win this game now? We decide to go in here with our Scizor, trying to get the farm down. They don't allow the farm down. They get the one Incinerate to go through. And now we're going to have to win this game with our Empoleon. Will they have the Flame Charge? Ooh, unlucky. They end up having the Flame Charge, Talonflame. And that's going to allow them to win the game because they are definitely boosted and they still have a shield. So GG's to our opponent. Tough pack line. If they were not running Flame Charge, we have a great chance to win that game. Okay, we got the Shadow Scizor into the Azu. This is going to be favorable for us as we get to this Trailblaze, plus all these bullet punches are adding up. Our opponent does throw the energy. They're already into the yellow, and they swap out into their Marowak. So this Marowak here is going to have to think about shielding once. There's the shield. We deal a huge amount of fast move damage already into this Marowak. This Marowak decides to throw the Rock Slide, and that allows us to get to a Aqua Tail here. This will get the shield or they get the KO. They decide to shield it, going for the farm down, and now we have our opponent locked in versus our Empoleon. So we get the first move off first. We are going to be able to call this move, and that's going to be really key because now we're looking for potential KO or the farm down. We get the farm and the KO, and now all we have to do is just reach one of the moves. Our opponent has to try to get a farm down, but unfortunately for them, not successful. And because we are resisting these bubbles, we are going to be able to get to this move. Will it be enough? Yes, it will. So GG's to our opponent. Regular Empoleon closing the game for us and winning that backline matchup. Luckily, the Empoleon was able to take out that Marrow. That was probably our biggest challenge. Ooh, against the opposing Gastrodon here, we know that this is going to be a resistant move, but they're just looking for chip damage. Our opponent does elect to think about shielding this move here. So we grab a shield and dip out of there, and they save a move and jump out into their Corviknight. So your classic ground flyer core. We're just going to let this go because we've already done a good chunk of damage, but also we potentially could have called that Air Cutter, and that's exactly what happened. Our opponent does end up getting the boost, and we try to switch out of here before they can register that damage, but unfortunately for us, unsuccessful. Double boosted Corviknight here. We have to shield this. Doesn't matter what it is. And opposing Gastro is incoming. We are going to fire off this Hydro. They decided to let it go. Whoa. Interesting. They definitely had a lot of energy. Okay, so there's a clear reason why they did that, because they want to try to win this game with their Charizard, and our opponent here does build up a good amount of energy. We shield, and we do shield the correct move. They swap out trying to catch the move, but that's going to be unsuccessful, letting us farm down, and we definitely would have close to 2 Hydro Cannons to take out that Charizard. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with our Empoleon once again. But the opposing Charizard, if they had another shield, it would have been pretty interesting. Okay, decent lead. They swap into their Furret. We don't have a clear answer to the Furret, so we go into our Empoleon, able to do a lot of neutral damage all over the place. But our opponent here is running a very spicy charge move, Brick Break, and that is going to allow them to potentially win this if we don't shield. We decided to just allow the move to go through, but then we don't want the farm, so we switch out into the Scizor. We go into the Scizor, we have enough energy to throw a Trailblaze, grabbing that last shield. Now we have to think about, do we invest the shield here or do we invest the shield later? We decided to try to get a farm down after one shield. Bone Club is a decent amount of damage. They try to catch the move, but that allows us to get more farm. And let's see what they decide to bring back in here. The Dragonair is revealed, but we have so much energy. We already have an Aqua Tail ready. We need to try to catch this move. Whoa, okay, we do get the move. This is going to be the Parabolic Charge. It does boost their defense. Because of that boost, though, I don't think this is going to be enough. Oh, it is not enough, but it allows us to get to another Aqua Tail. And the Aqua Tail, unfortunately, being used on the Dragonair doesn't allow us to throw the Aqua Tail into their backline Marowak. So GG's to our opponent. Tough backline there. Our opponent definitely would have gotten to a Parabolic Charge, so we needed to throw that Aqua Tail anyways. Against this opposing Morpeko, this is going to be interesting as we are dealing a decent amount of fast move pressure. There have to think about shielding here, and that's indeed the case. The Trailblaze boost our bullet punches, and we are just going to double shield here, even if this is only a psychic thing. Ideally, we don't want to see this into our Empoleon, so our opponent does end up double shielding, so we're going to catch a move. There's the Parabolic Charge, and will they stay in and allow us to get the farm? Nope. They actually are going to switch out. We fire off the next Aqua Tail here into the Ninetales, and they get the farm down, unfortunately. However, we do have a really good answer for this Ninetales. We resist everything, and as you can see here, they're just trying to spam a bunch of damage. We're going to look for the farm down. We still are pretty healthy. Looks like our opponent does catch a move, I believe. And there goes the Morpeko. The Morpeko needed to get energy thrown anyways. So now it's going to be a matter of, can we get this Venusaur low enough that we can win with our backline? So at least the Scizor is resisting all of the fast moves, and we are going to be able to get the moves. So check out the team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.